We're live. I think we're live.
Yay!
We don't know if we're live until someone shows up, I guess. But I think we're live. Maybe if I show up.
Yeah, I think.
On this computer. Remember to hug you. Are we in our little marks?
Yes, you are.
I'm not tall enough to see mine, but okay, cool. Yay! Okay,
We are live.
we're live. Should I click for more?
Yep. Oh, yes, I think so.
But we don't want our sound up. So it's going, but it might not record, maybe, unless someone else turns up.
It's a bit behind in the time.
There is a slight lag.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Right, so we need to see the comments.
So I don't need that then. Ding! Oh, we could check our sound. Oh! Tanya's here! And she can hear us! Yay!
Wonderful.
Oh, good. We were worried about whether it was working or not.
And Heather too. Hello,
Oh,
Heather.
hey Heather. Okay. You want to give it like a minute or just launch into it?
Let's launch into it.
Let's launch into it. Okay. We don't need to see us, just the comments.
Yeah.
We can totally see the comments, so we can answer anything or talk to you or whatever. Okay. Let's do it.
Let's. So this ritual is all about self-love, because we keep discovering again and again and again in ourselves and in all the mothers around us that transformation and being the mother you want to be, all those things that mums want, comes through self-love. It does not come through beating yourself up, and it doesn't come through always thinking you need to be better and prove yourself and fix yourself. It comes through self-love.
Yeah, having a list of all the things that you need to improve on to be a better mother.
And the other things under self-love is self-acceptance, self-forgiveness, self-compassion,
And
self-care.
Some of those might be easier initially to step into. So if you're here today and self-love feels like a bit of a stretch, then go for whichever one feels like you can reach it. So self-acceptance, self-compassion. Self-compassion is often a good place to start. I don't know, that's just me. Pick one that you can attach to. Ultimately, you're going for self-love.
And they all are self-love, just by other names.
So the teaching points are important to us. I guess that idea that if you're, even if you're not feeling like you're failing as a mother or you're crappy at it, self-love is still something that you want to embrace as much as possible. The more you can embody love within you, the more you have to look through the world in that lens. The more you have that overflowing out of you naturally and just kind of flowing onto everyone around you, including your children. And there's the modelling piece too.
Yeah, modelling is huge for them to see an example of true self-love. Like if you tune into your children, you're going to want them to love themselves. So you need to love yourself too. But then also in the moment, like when you're feeling like you're not unconditionally loving your children as much as you'd like to, when it feels like there's walls in between you really doing that, like in between how you want to show up and how you do, you need to like dissolve those walls from within. You can't, it's impossible to expect that you can unconditionally love your children from a place of being critical of yourself and a place of conditionally loving yourself. It needs to begin within in order to have access to do it without.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so self-love is an unfolding, ongoing journey. It's not something that you nail once and are done with it. It's not something that you just get. It's like a lifelong, ongoing practice. So this is a first piece today, I guess. Yeah?
Yeah, totally.
Yes.
The first piece that can unfold into so much more.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, we also wanted to welcome the replay people. For all the people that come a little bit later, welcome. You are so welcome here. And don't feel like just because you're not live that you're just like a voyeur or something. You can totally do the ritual. You can make use of the energy that's here. You can comment and respond, and if Kay and I see it, we will totally answer it, even if it's after the live stream. So you can totally engage still, and we would love it if you would. We want this to support as many mothers as we can.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll stay in touch with anyone who joins the ritual.
Absolutely. What else is in housekeeping? Quick bit of housekeeping. Okay, so these rituals have been pretty successful, and Karen and I actually like doing them. We had a lot of fun. So we're thinking that we'll do more. But what we want to know from you is how often you would like us to do them and how you would like to find out about them. So is what we're doing working, putting up something on our Facebook page and kind of letting you guys know, or is there something else we can be doing? So if you've got any ideas, would love to hear them. Pop them in the comments, because we're seriously looking for the way to engage with you that works the best for you. So let us know.
And there's the live notifications thing.
That's right. So if you're looking now on the live, I think even in the replay this happens, there should be like a little, in the top right corner, a little sort of, it might just be text, or it's a button that says live notification. And if you click on that, it's basically will just let you know when we go live.
Any other time as well. So it's kind of subscribing to our lives.
It's subscribing to our live feeds, listening. So that's what you would be doing. So if you're keen, go ahead and do that, and then you're less likely to ever miss out. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the housekeeping. So we're ready to start.
We are.
Okay.
We're going to begin this ritual with calling in an intention. The intention that we're holding for this ritual. So while I'm speaking the intention, close your eyes if you can. Otherwise, just really listen to the words and breathe them into your body and let them touch you. Yeah. So the intention for this self-love ritual is that more and more mothers know your inherent worth and feel the powerful and expansive fuel of self-love and let it in. So truly let it in. And have it ripple out to your children from that place. That mothers settle into the realization that you don't have to fix yourself to be a better mother. That you don't have to improve on your mistakes in order to share more unconditional love with your children. That instead you can sink into deep self-love. And the unconditional love from for your children overflows from that place.
So breathe in whatever stood out in that for you, and just take that in. And now if you're in a place where you can keep your eyes closed, keep them closed, and bring your awareness to your breath. And just breathe for a full breath in and out. Just focus on your breath and your breathing. Bring yourself here and now. And now in the next breath, I want you to breathe deeper. So take a fuller breath and a slower breath. And now in the next breath, continue slow and deep. And see if you can connect your in-breath and your out-breath so that there's just a flowing cyclic rhythm. So there's no jerkiness between them. And this allows your breath and your energy in your body to start cycling, just gently coming into rhythm. Okay, now on your next breath, we're going to go one step further, and we're going to come down into a woman's center of gravity. This is a place in her body where she can ground to and where she can feel anchored. So I want you to take a deep breath and pull all your breath and your energy down your body, right down into your womb, right down into your pelvis. And just breathe in and out from womb space. So for those of you that are familiar with the chakra system, it's around your second chakra. So just breathe deep slow, connected, down into womb space, and allow yourself to settle, to feel grounded. You may even feel weighted in your pelvis. Notice as you're breathing from this center that everything slows down a little bit, that there's a sense of spaciousness. And from this place, I want you to imagine or visualize that you are casting your circle around yourself right now. Imagine casting a circle around your space of light. And this creates a container for the ritual, for the energy, so that it doesn't just spill out into the world until you really consciously want to do that you can keep it contained and you can raise it and work with it in your space. So just imagine around yourself a bubble, a circle. This is your cast space.
And now bring to your awareness your children or your child. And tune into the feelings of love you have for them. Invoke that feeling of love you have for your children.
Bring to mind all those moments, those snapshots of that deep, deep love.
And what does that love you feel for your children feel like right now in your body? What's the flavors that it feels like? Really let yourself feel it. Notice where you feel it in your body and let yourself feel that amazingly abundant feeling of love for your children. And tune into how you truly want your children to feel when they're being loved by you. What's the ways that you want your children to receive love from you? How do you want them to feel when they're taking in your love? And we invite you, if you would like to share those feelings, share those experiences that you're connecting with now in the comments. And also anchor them into your body. We're going to recall them later in the ritual.
So really notice this love that you're feeling now in your contained space. It's not just going to flow endlessly out into the world. It's contained in your cast space. So you can really feel the amplification of it. So just breathe it in and really allow it to expand in your body. Because it feels pretty amazing. Just allow yourself to really soak in it.
A mother's love is very big and powerful.
It's one of the most powerful forces on the planet. And you just contained it in a cast space. So suck it all up. It's beautiful. Okay, so the next thing that we want you to consider is your messages. So this love that you're feeling, what are the messages that come with it for your children? What is it really important to you that your children know that comes with this love? Just sit with that for a moment. What messages do you really want them to feel and know as truth in their body? If there's a pen or a piece of paper around you, you might want to write them down. That can be helpful because you want to recall them a little later. But if not, just pick 1 to 3. Just a couple messages. What are the really important ones? Okay, these are super powerful to share. So if you can in your inner space, share your messages in the comments. because we can see them. So share them. This will help anchor them in the ritual for you too, and you'll be able to recall them if you need to later, if you don't have paper in front of you. So what are those messages that you really want your children to know in their hearts, that you want to share with them, connected to your love for them? Shall we give some examples?
You're perfect just as you are. I love you no matter what.
I always have your back. I will never abandon you.
You are such a wise being.
Aww.
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 Thank you, Mum.
Elena.
I love you. My mum just commented.
Big love and pride.
Thank you. Oh, I just received a message from my mum.
That's
pretty
beautiful.
special.
That is. Tanya, for her to know she's completely fine just as she is. Beautiful. Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. Okay. Action.
Oh yes, actions. So given those messages, what ways do you most want to convey them to your children? What are the things that you're wanting to do and share with them, like through words, through physical actions, through all the different languages that we express love in? What's the ways that you want to share those messages with your children?
Heather, that's beautiful. They're accepted just as they are. They are our family and they are enough. Aww.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so what are their actions? How do you convey this message to them?
And if you want to share some actions into the comments, do that too. Oh, Mum.
She's going to make me cry too. Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, I love you. And absolutely, I'm doing this because you've given me so much love.
Tanya, space, time, listening the moment she needs it. Beautiful. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so now close your eyes again. You don't need to comment for a little while. And I want you to turn your awareness inwards, inside. And inside you we have multiple facets of who we are. So many little bits of us floating around. All of them are valid and no single one of them is completely you. Like you're made up of all of them. And within you there is a young child. It's a part of you that feels, that it often hears the critical voice, that hears the person, the part of you that says, you're not doing enough, you're doing it wrong, or you should just shut up, or, why are you even trying this, because you're crap at it.
It's often a part of you that doesn't feel deserving of love.
Or it's a part of you that feels abandoned, that feels like, I need to hide away, I've been totally rejected. It's not safe to be who I am in the world. So seek out that part within you. It's a part that kind of feels small.
It's probably quite a young, vulnerable child within you.
And you may even be able to hear that part of you. What about me? Why am I not good enough? Why am I not deserving? And just breathe. Keep your breath slow and connected. And look for where you feel that part in your body. Where are you feeling the body sensation right now? So my inner child often sits right here. A client this morning on a call, her inner child sits in her throat. Just notice where yours is sitting, just for the moment, and breathe into that space. Just feel her. And you might even be able to have a guess at how young she feels to you. Often these parts of ourselves can be really And I want you to tune into what she's open to. Okay, we're never going to force her, but we want you to consider taking her on in your own maternal love. So imagine that she is one of your children, one of your physical children, and bring her into the fold. And so if your child right now was scared to come out, was hiding in the corner, was feeling not deserving or not worthy or not good enough, what would you do? So if your inner child is open to this, reach out, offer her a hug, bring her up onto your lap, hold her, and breathe. Allow the breath to keep flowing so that your energy can keep circulating through this. There could be emotion come up for this, often emotion, because your inner child is holding a ton of it. And that's okay, just breathe through it. It will never be too much. And you can absolutely hold this, just breathe. So now, as you've got this small, vulnerable part of yourself on your lap, and you're tuned into her, I want you to recall the messages and the feelings of love that you have for your children. I want you to bring them back, how you feel when you truly open up and love your children and receive their love 100%. Remember that feeling. It's in cast space. It's still sitting here, waiting for you. Breathe it into your body again now. And I want you to feed as much of it to your inner child as you possibly can. Hold her, love her. Think about your messages that were important to you. And I want you to share them with your inner child now. You are accepted just as you are. You are a part of me and you are enough. You are completely fine just as you are. And just breathe and tell her this. Hold her. If she cries, if you cry, all good, just breathe and hold her. And tune into her in this moment. How does she want you to hold her? What does she most want from you? Just allow whatever comes to bubble up. Whatever feels real in this moment is fine. There's no big rational piece to this. What does she most want from you? You can share what she most wants for you in the comments. It will anchor it in. So if you're in a position to share what she wants from you. And ask her, what is the first step that she wants from you so that she can feel loved by you? And breathe. What does she most long for? What does she most yearn for from you? That I bring her joy. Beautiful. Yay. Yay, Tanya. Okay. Feel into the request that she's making of you. And feel into your heart around this. If it's something that you can wholeheartedly commit to, that you can go yes to, then say yes, I'm committing to you. You are important to me. I am reclaiming you as one of my children. And actually let her know that you're feeling this commitment to her. Heather says she wants to be enough, to be accepted as she is, to be allowed to be free. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Hello, Kate.
Hi, Kate. Awesome. Okay. Embrace her if she'll let you. Let her embrace you. And let her know that this is a first step to you really coming back to her, to really loving her, to really embracing her as a totally valid part of yourself. Just breathe into that. And notice how she feels in response to that. Notice if she's shifted from the way she was when you first connected with her to how she is now. And let her know this is the start. This is not a one-off and you'll never talk to her again. This is the start.
Just as you're committed to always loving your children and sharing that love for your children in like ever expansive ways, you're also committing to that with your inner child.
Beautiful. So let her go, let her fade back into your body, feeling welcomed by you. And just let her go back, drift away. You probably still feel her, that's a good thing. And breathe. And bring yourself back to the here and now. So come back to your breath, be present in your body. You can move your fingers, wiggle your toes, just come back. And we're still in cast space here. So feel that energy, because right now none of the energy's drifted out and wafted into the world, it's all contained. So breathe it in again. And in this moment, I want you to do two things. First one, reflect on the experience. What are you taking out of this experience? What's that one piece that you're taking today? Just let it bubble up. And share. What's the one thing you're taking out of today from that experience? And it can be random. It might be anything we said. It doesn't matter. What is the bit that's there for you from this experience? What did this experience give you? And the second thing, while you're still in this cast space, breathing in this loving energy, is to really clearly define your commitment to her and to yourself. And it can be a little commitment. I'm not talking like a lifelong thing, but if your commitment is to tune in more to her, to acknowledge her, to love her, perhaps you want to honor her request that she made of you. On a client call this morning, actually, one of my clients, her inner child wanted her to be more playful in front of other adults. I thought that was a beautiful one. So just decide what's the commitment you're making here. Honest commitment, because you can't lie to her. She knows.
I will not leave her, any of her, out anymore.
Beautiful. Truly beautiful. Okay, breathe in your commitment and your aha, your nugget for today. And you can release the space. You can let that love flow out of you. And you can beam it right at your children right now if you want. Allow the energy to release. Beautiful. So happy you were present for that. And so as always, Kaya and I will give you a practice. And a practice is something that you can do in the moment. In the moment. It's not something that you have to carve out time for. It's not like, oh, I need to find 20 minutes for my yoga or something like that. A practice is in the moment. It's more about your mindset and your awareness. And so we'll give you a practice, and if you want to take it on, then we invite you for the next 24 hours to live into this practice, this one small thing, as fully as you can. As much artistry and mastery of this one practice for the next 24 hours, and watch what happens.
And we actually have two suggested ones, so tune into the one that feels like a yes for you. And the first one is to actually bring this inner child into all the rituals of love that you share with your children throughout the day. So from now on, if you have 3 birth children, you now have 4 children. If you have 1 birth child, you now have 2 children. So say if you have a ritual of bedtime with your children where you're letting them know that you love them and you're tucking them into bed, within yourself do the same with your own inner child. So you've given each of your children a kiss goodnight, then internally give your own inner child a kiss goodnight. Whenever you let your child, your birth child, know that you love her or love him, do the same for your inner child. Give her all the rituals of love, all the messages of love that you give to your own children.
Yeah. Beautiful. We have a ritual in our house at dinner time. Around the table we all go round and talk about our highlight for the day. And even when we have kids over for sleepovers, we do it. Everyone always does it. And I could totally do that for my inner child. What was her highlight for the day? Absolutely. Okay, so tune into that practice. That might feel good to you. The other practice that you can do is to recall those messages that were really important to you. So at the beginning of the ritual, we asked you, what are the messages you most want to convey with your love to your children? And they were beautiful, that you're accepted just as you are, that you're a family, that you're perfect as you are, all of those ones. Pick the one message that really resonates in your heart today. Grab that one message and explore all the ways for the next 24 hours you can convey that message to your child, your birth child, yes, but to your inner child too. Full mastery of that one message. How many times can you share it with yourself and your children? There's the other practice. So tune in right now and pick a practice and let us know in the comments, which practice do you want to do? The first one or the second one?
And so you know, this love, this self-love is not only for your inner child. Your inner child really needs it, but it's for every single aspect of you. So the mother that you are right now, she needs all those messages of love too. So even if in your mind you might say, oh, well, it's not my inner child acting up now, it's something else, it's this part of me that should know better, it's the mature age, it's all of that stuff. She needs it too.
Yeah.
There's no part of you that doesn't need those messages of love. Give it to yourself in any circumstance, no matter what.
Absolutely.
Especially when the critical voice gets loud.
Yeah, especially if you screw up or you do something that you're just like, about. Definitely. So the practice, you can, if you take it on to the full level, that message can be your message to the entire world. It can be your message to everyone you come in contact with if you want. You can go anywhere with that practice.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I love that, Heather, the message of love, that she is enough just as she is.
And the whole of you are.
Yeah,
no
you
matter what.
so are. Absolutely. Tanya's going to do the first practice. I love that one too. It's beautiful. Add another child to your family. Beautiful. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Oh, yes. and if this did touch you, if it lights you up, it so fills us up to work with mothers going deeper into their journey of self-love, like kind of switching from self-improvement to self-love and really coming back to a space of gentleness and compassion and forgiveness within themselves, like healing from that angle rather than from a I'm broken angle, which is where we habitually go to so much.
It's where so many people first walk in our door.
Yeah.
And then they always end up realizing that the self-love journey is where they create their transformations. It's through that self-acceptance and that self-compassion that they soften into who they are. And from there, anything is possible. From that space is where the magic lies.
Yes. So we have a program called Womb Space, where actually a few women commenting here are in womb space, which is beautiful. Which is all about the self-connection, the self-love.
Hi, Brooke. You're welcome.
The journey back into yourself. And we're opening up one more circle at the moment, and we're looking for women who feel such a readiness for that, to go on that deep self-love journey in intimate connection with other women.
It's a small circle.
A very small circle, yeah.
Lots of space and time.
So we're trusting that the right women come to us, but if you feel like a yes to that, we want you to check out the page, and we will write it in the comments. But it's Mother's Awakening /womb space.
And even if you're just like a curious maybe, then that's the greatest place to reach out to us. Because what we always do for every woman who's ever joined Womb Space is we get on the phone with you or on Skype or whatever we do, we work that bit out, and we do a full coaching session with you. A full coaching session, not a sales conversation, but a full coaching session with you. We love to do them, and from there you'll know what you want to do. And if you want to talk about it, we can talk about the program then. But if you want to, if there's like a maybe or a, oh, this would be good, but I don't know, then reach out, connect, take the next step, and join one of us and have a full coaching session with us.
Yeah,
We'd love that.
It is such an honour, such a pleasure to connect with all the women we've connected with, whether they end up joining the program or not. To have those kinds of conversations is
Feathers up for the magic, she says.
Oh,
you are
beautiful.
so making magic, woman. It's beautiful.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, lovelies. I think that is it for today.
It is.
If anyone's got suggestions on if they want more rituals, topics, how frequently you want them, how we should let you know about them, totally open to it. It's a new medium and we want to engage with you. Yay.
And I just want to say that I really felt the energy of everyone in this ritual. Like, it felt full of so much love. So it's powerful.
Oh.
And it's spreading out into your families, into your communities. So thank you so much for sharing it with us.
Much love, everyone. Enjoy your day.
Mwah.
Bye-bye.
You're welcome, Belinda.